Week 2 of the National Football League. And this one features Trevor Lawrence. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Jags and the Chiefs, and it kicks off next on Madden.
Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. The Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
There's nothing the league's best quarterback didn't achieve last season. Super Bowl trophy? Check. MVP award? Check. League leader in yards and touchdowns? Check. How does he top the season he had last year? I don't know. But Patrick Mahomes, he usually finds a way.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers for Travis Kelce last week. 4 catches, 51 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defense...
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone.
The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Well, the Jaguars ready to go on offense for the first time, and they're led by the former #1 pick in the draft in his 3rd season now, Charles, Trevor Lawrence.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
An opening there on that 1st down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. 21 carries, 77 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
But if you're a fan of defense, especially this defense, you like what you're seeing here in the early going. Play with some great energy. Already have a sack, and on that one, came back and forced an incompletion. They're getting after him.
A Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They run with the 2nd-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here.
Man in motion is Agnew. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. The Jaguars at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN.
Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
This defense for the Chiefs, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'll be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
How about the show put on by these two defenses in this first half? The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch, and that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Trayvon Walker. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. On 4th down, Tommy Townsend to punt for Kansas City.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away.
Agnew now to return. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 43.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Ridley was one of the game's brightest young stars in 2020. Hasn't played since early in the 2021 season, but Jacksonville made a low-cost move to bring him in and see if he can return to the game with the form he once had.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. A short throw to Ingram.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
This one caught by Ridley.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Again to Calvin Ridley, and he's got it once more.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down.
Lawrence will throw.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On second down, a run with ETM.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long effort.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon.
And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we see James. He will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Finds his man. It's Kelsey on the crossing route here.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jarek McKinnon.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's Mahomes to throw. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line.
And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field.
A first trip to the red zone for KC. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Foye Oluokun finding his way to the ball for a stop. A tackle for loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now here's Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony.
And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw, it's Mahomes.
That'll be caught by James.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Mahomes now to throw. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
Here's Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target,
and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On first down, Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From just shy of midfield, here's second down and 8. Here's Lawrence.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 33. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So now first and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 33.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Calvin Ridley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. And this will be incomplete.
And they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. On the return, here's Agnew. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Calvin Ridley and the Jaguars back onto the field.
He's already approaching 100 yards and has the touchdown. I'm sure on that opposite sideline right now, they're scratching their heads saying, all right, what do we do?
And the hard part is, even if you limit him to a short couch, does that make you miss ability to take it for big yardage and put in the end zone again? So trying to blanket him is very difficult, but ultimately, you've got to find a way to put him on the ground, tackle him, and he doesn't make that easy.
They're struggling with that so far.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with ETN.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Open man right side is Ingram. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. A short throw to Ingram.
And he will have a Jaguars first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Another run by Bigsby.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Lawrence.
And Jones has it over the middle.
And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now Lawrence.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram from 3 yards out.
And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now 21-7.
after the touchdown. Cook now to kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. KC's offense ready to take over. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left. More than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Mahomes will try again on second down.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th.
The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. On the move past the 40.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Throw right side caught by Ridley.
And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
A shotgun snap and a give to ETN.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We've got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's Lawrence to throw.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown.
Zay Jones.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now McManus for the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. James has got it. Complete.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Kadarius Toney
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good spot.
And I think for most teams, when they go into the half in this situation, it's not a lot of adjusting going on. It's much more, all right, guys, let's just play a little bit better than we did in the first half.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
On second down, ETN once more.
Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, Pappy, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half is theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
He stiff arms him. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
To throw, it's Mahomes.
That's complete to Tony.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and a yard. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long. And this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal. Because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And the Chiefs are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll run here with Pacheco.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Right now, no questioning the toughness of this Jaguar defense. This is 3rd and goal. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Jackson goes past defense, holds serve. 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Kadarius Toney
with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Chiefs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
On 2nd down, here's Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
On 2nd down, Etienne once more.
And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 25 yards that time.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Slant complete to Etienne.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. They go play action with Lawrence.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw.
Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, they went back to it, but the results were similar, so I highly doubt that he'll get another opportunity here on 3rd and long.
They'll try to run with Etienne.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And we see James, he will not return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
Has his man. That's James. On the move past the 40. Inside the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards.
And what a letdown after a huge play. He's going to pull this in and then set sail for the end zone. And he nearly made it too. But he's going to be tracked down just short of the goal line. So a big play there that's going to set him up with 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We'll give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. The Jaguars getting set to go.
And they sit in a good spot, having the ball back after the fumble recovery and up 2 scores in the 4th quarter. They'll start on the ground. Etienne.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, no doubt here in the 4th quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18.
Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Now Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Now Lawrence to throw. He targets Ingram for another grab.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will wind up a loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of a surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They forced incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Mahomes.
And that is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, He stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Over the middle, complete. That's James.
And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Mahomes throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Kadarius Toney from 8 yards out. And the Chiefs have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here. I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Etienne up the middle.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play. Getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Jacksonville, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.